Hi everyone, this is Francisco, and in this video I wanted to talk about smart camera with audio recording. So I, for some reason, could hear occasionally people screaming and yelling and getting tortured in the distance. So I don't know what it means. And I don't know how to intervene, how to help, besides, creating this video. Sometimes I hear people shouting to their victims to shut the fuck up. Very loudly. They're like, shut the fuck up. Well, anyway, you know how there's AI facial recognition technology, and then there's also AI audio voice recognition. There's also AI audio voice recognition. The new cameras have facial recognition. They also can help users, people who buy these cameras, to only detect animals. AI animal detection. So the cameras won't detect either humans or animals based on the user preferences. Okay, so I was listening to this video here. I typed in murder crimes based on true events on YouTube, and I clicked on this video. It's titled 11 Real Horrifying Murder Cases Decoded, number 26, True Crime Stories, by the user channel True Crime Stories, and they have 19.8k subscribers. So anyway, so there's a lot of information here, okay, that I want you people to think about, and a lot of information that I had to process. Okay, so just bear with me. So there was a woman there was a case where a woman was asleep and she apparently was strangled to death, but she was screaming, and that screaming is something that I want AI technology to pick up on and to make a report on. So AI technology has the capabilities of picking up weapons. It's called a weapon detection as well. So so I want people to perfect these cameras to be able to pick up on like strangulation. That's the word that they used for this woman's case. She was strangled or choked to death, and she was also screaming. So any type of screams that could help in like crime prevention, and also for the authorities to intervene in time would be helpful in situations like this, especially if user cell phones have this technology installed. Somehow it could help with these type of cases in narrowing down the exact location, the coordinates. Okay, and I know that some cell phones could also cell phone elevation, they have cell phone elevation, like a motion, I don't know if it's motion reader, but it's some type of level, some type of elevation level reader. Okay, so it knows the actual yeah, right here, the altitude. Know your location and altitude. Okay, so this is good for people who are living in buildings like in New York or other type of buildings. So yeah, it'll show the location, but which building, what level. So that's when the altitude will come very handy in these type of cases. So the other story in this in these murder compilation little clips that are within this video right here, there's a girl that apparently was tied in the basement, and she was tortured, and she was burnt. They would burn her, and I guess occasionally she would ask for water. So any signs of abuse and neglect, and also crying. If baby crying, if AI technology could pick up on stuff like this, extreme, continuous sounds of crying, or even not just a baby, but also like a toddler crying. Also a toddler crying, or maybe like a teenager crying. So any type of crying and like sounds of distress. So maybe there won't be any cameras, but if AI technology could somehow pick up on signs like these, then that would be very good. I remember a while back, I was watching another video, and there is this man that went into a room, I think the garage, with his girlfriend, and she began to scream and yell, and oh yeah, she was screaming, "Get off me! Get off me!" So, stuff like that. And I can't, say it exactly how she said it and how she screamed it, but if somehow AI technology is able to like register these type of sounds and make some logical observations or logical like reasoning, or if it could come up with a storyline of what's taking place at any given time, like if it could show like law enforcement or investigators or detectives like pictures of what may be happening with the sounds provided. This information could also be useful for like law enforcement before they arrive to people's rescue. Okay. Yeah, because I know a lot of these cases that I am listening to on YouTube are like pretty much outdated. They're older, some of them, okay, and some of them didn't have the technology that we have today, but I don't think that today's technology has the power, the potential. Well, it has the potential, but it doesn't have it's not integrated with the technology to pick up on like sounds and stuff like that. Well, it does have sound detection, or like it could pick up on words and the things people are discussing. But I don't know if it could do it to the degree that I'm describing. Okay, and that's the difference. So this could mean life or death for some of these victims, for some of these people out there. And they say that most of these crimes are a result of people that love each other. It's people who love each other who end up murdering each other, whether it's a boyfriend or girlfriend, or people that were once married, or even married people, or exes, boyfriends and girlfriends that broke up. So, stuff like that. It's what's it called? It's kind of hard for people to make a valid judgment based on people that love each other, especially if other types of arguments have taken place in the past. It's kind of hard for people to intervene and to know what's going on, and to and to be 100% for sure that something's going on, unless they're trained to know. But there is this little boy in this YouTube movie clip thing, and this man climbed up the balcony to the 3rd floor and told the little boy something, to be quiet, and then he went to the mother's bedroom and strangled her. But he told the detectives that he heard her screaming and yelling, and I'm actually surprised that the neighbors didn't call the police. Okay? The next morning, the little boy went to her room and noticed blood on her nose, but didn't know any better. He thought she was sleeping, so he was watching YouTube videos and playing video games for the day. And then obviously during the day, he most likely became hungry and worried about his mother, so he began to cry, and so he decided to text his father, his dad, which he and the mother were separated. So the father had a different girlfriend. They were living together at a different location. So he texts the father that the mother was on the bed and not moving, and that she had blood on her nose. So him and the girlfriend went over there, and I guess they didn't have a way to get in the apartment, so they asked the little boy to go down there. He opened the door, went down there. The dad told him to stay with his girlfriend, with his new girlfriend, and he went up and investigated, looked at the crime scene. So yeah, stuff like this, like people don't know. Some people don't know what's going on. So I think it would be really good if somehow these cameras could be programmed with code, JavaScript or whatever, to pick up on like distressful sounds and shouting or even banging, other types of sounds, like someone trying to break out of a bedroom. Or like trying to break down a door. Break out of a bedroom. Look at this. I'm home alone and someone's trying to break into my house. Well, I don't know about all that, but let me see. Someone trying to break a door down. That's probably better. So any type of sounds or noises like these could be reported. Well, with the weapon detection, AI technology automatically reports it to dispatch, and obviously dispatch will send units out, and they will investigate further and go in there with their weapons already drawn and stuff like that. I guess these sound like monitoring technology will also be good for students who are in a classroom and they're terrified if a shooter goes in there in the class with a weapon, because it will provide the suspect's location and classroom, the classroom number, so like SWAT team will already know where to go to, to either make an arrest or to neutralize the target. Okay. So yeah, I hear you know, stuff like that, like people crying and shouting all the time when I open up my windows and my doors. It's very what's it called, like annoying and frustrating and like stressful, to the point where I just close my windows, because I live next to a freeway. So the freeway, the noise, there's a lot of noise radiation around here. And I don't know if you people know me, but I do hear voices, people making fun of me, people laughing at me, people making fun of me, and stuff like that. But I don't let it get to me, okay? I just tune it out as much as possible. So when I do hear people shouting and screaming and crying in the distance, I try to do the same thing. I try to tune it out. But that's why I'm creating this video, in the hopes that it will help in crime solving. Because like this story over here, there is another story of the woman who was asleep, and she began to scream, and no one even helped her. She just died. And that's super fucked up, that someone would have to go through that. And that could happen to any of us. We could be at home minding our own business, then all of a sudden someone could break in and kill us or torture us or even threaten us. Like, there is another movie I was watching of I think there was 2 bank robbers, I believe. Well, anyway, it was 2 suspects. They were on the run. They went into a home. It happened to be an elderly couple living there. So they were in there. One of them was, for the suspects, it was actually a good thing they went in there, because I think the man was like a surgeon, and one of the suspects was injured. So he performed surgery on the suspect, and practically saved his life. But they were threatened, and while they were in there, the suspects were discussing stuff, and most likely saying things, certain keywords that only like detectives and professionals would know about. And these type of keywords are the keywords that I would want smart cameras to have, or for all the cameras to be under AI's supervision, scanning each and every single camera in real life time, and for it to detect these type of sounds, whether or not the cameras have certain features installed into them or not. So this software will be for crime preventative measures within the United States of America, and also for other countries. It will also apply to other countries. So on a global scale, so this is serious business as well, because I have recorded other videos talking about other stuff, and this is just looking at it from like one particular strategy to bring down these murderers and serial killers. As a matter of fact, the man that went up on the third story from the balcony, I guess later on they figured out that he was intoxicated. So if cameras could also detect and pick up on signs of someone being drunk and reporting that suspect to law enforcement, that would be great, especially like in a public place. If the person is walking around in a neighborhood, and then later on a crime happens, well, they'll be able to know, or maybe they could make an arrest before something happens. Drunk body language. So what the heck? Drunk person. So anyway, the cameras will be able to pick up on drunk body language. It will be able to read and detect these type of signs from people. Like this one is good. Someone's throwing up. It's either from a hangover or whatever the case may be, or other signs of the person being drugged, because technically and ultimately that's what people are doing when they drink. They're drugging themselves. So if they're in the restroom throwing up, then that's a clear indication that what's it called? That they're drunk. And something could happen. Either someone could take advantage of the person or these people, or they could kind of like throw up and then start walking all blacked out in a public area, like a public streets or whatever. So yeah, like if like this one right here is a good picture because he's like AI technology could pick up on like the person's balance level. If the person is able to keep his or her balance, if they're staggering, as they're walking, that type of thing. I know a lot of people don't think this stuff is important, but everything's important, especially for solving crimes and bringing the right people to justice before it's too late, or before they go off and commit another murder or other crimes. So the sooner the better. The sooner they are incarcerated, the better it will be for everyone. So if the person is again like throwing up, and their phone is picking up on this, and there's also CCTV, so if there's other cameras, like in the area or whatever, and AI technology could verify that there's a person there barfing, throwing up in a public area, and the person's walking around drunk or whatever. Because that's what this person was. This person, for this particular case, he was drunk. He was drinking. He climbed up the third story, the third balcony on the third story, and he went in there and murdered this woman. So there's many other things that we can rely on and we can use to our benefit as tattletale signs, okay, against these people. I don't even know how to spell it. Tell signs. Tattletale signs is a phrase that suggests a sign, symptom, or indicator that reveals something, often something hidden or secret, such like a tattletale sign is similar to saying a tattletale sign or tattletale symptom, where the tattle part implies that the sign is exposing or revealing something. Here's a more detailed explanation. Telltale. This word means a sign or symptom that reveals something, often something bad or secret. It can also refer to a person who reveals secrets or confidences. Signs in this context, signs refers to outward indications, symptoms, or clues that reveal something about a situation, person, or event. Tattle. While not directly used in the phrase tattletale signs, it's related to the idea of revealing or disclosing information, often to someone else. Therefore, tattletale signs essentially means signs that reveal something hidden or secret, similar to the meaning of tattletale signs. So yeah. So yeah. And just taking this AI technology stuff to a completely different level, because that's crazy. That's some crazy stuff. And oh yeah, there's another case where in this video that a man took a girl as she was walking on the street all by herself, and he came from behind her and I think blindfolded her and took her 60 miles away from the area that he picked her up from. And I don't know if he murdered her, but I don't know if he murdered her and then stuffed her in the freezer, or he just stuffed her in the freezer. But she was in the freezer for months. And eventually he tried to dispose of the body in the trash can, and he was hoping that the body would end up in the landfill, like in the landfill with waste management. Those people that pick up the trash. So with voice recognition and detection, if and when these victims wake up and begin crying and saying certain things, if AI technology could make a report of that stuff to law enforcement, then it would be great. Because there is another video I was watching, and this mother was abusing her child. She killed him and stuffed him in a trash can in her garage while she was inside her house taking care of 6 other children. So this woman was crazy. She was eventually caught and brought to justice. But there's crazy stories out there. Stuff happening all the time. So we just need to figure out something that will work. And get the right help there on the spots. And this is also good for in the event that if there's ever a natural disaster and there's any survivors and they happen to be around technology, like cell phones or any auto recording devices or whatever, AI technology could technically provide rescue teams as well with coordinates and what's it called, like a positive indicator that there is survivors. There is another story I heard, I think last year, the ending of 2024. It's April 26, 2025 now. Okay? So, like, almost 6 months ago, or like 5 months ago, there was a tornado in the east coast of the United States of America, and a woman was trapped with the rubble of her home. Her home basically collapsed on top of her, and she was able to call for help with her smartwatch. But these phones have like motion trackers, motion detection. So if the phone is moving, in other words, if it's moved or picked up or lifted up, that's a clear indication that there's potentially someone out there alive. So, if there's a child that doesn't know how to communicate, or whatever the reason may be, this stuff right here could help someone to become rescued, or it could prevent someone from dying, or starving to death. There's different ways to look at this information, because when you're looking at like all the information of the world, it's kind of hard to say what type of trouble these people will be in at any given time. So yeah. So hopefully this helps you people, and hopefully you guys will take this stuff seriously, and just make it happen, because one day it could save our lives. It could save someone's life out there. And the less the public is aware of it, I think the better it will be for everyone. But either way, I don't discourage the public from knowing. Okay? I'm just saying, I'm just saying that if some people do know and they know what they're up against, then the crime scene or crime scenes could change drastically from a complete amateur to a complete experienced assassinator. You know, that type of thing. So that's why I said I said it the way that I said it. But you know, if people could buy these cell phones with this knowledge, you know, like revealed to them, then I guess it's also good. And I think a lot of people would want to upgrade their phones, their cell phones, and their laptops and their home computers and their cameras and stuff like that, with this better technology, in the event that someone ever breaks into their home, or you know, if they go out in public somewhere and something ends up happening. And I think it's also good for children, because you know, like, let's say someone, like a family goes out to, you know, they go out to camp. So let's just type in camping. So they go out to camp, and someone goes and uses the restroom, you know, and well, like a public restroom, okay, like this, right? Then, and like something happens, well, the phone will always be recording, and AI technology will, if it detects anything suspicious, it will make reports of it. And as far as adults and their sex life is concerned, that's just something that you people are gonna have to deal with. And you know, just tune it out. You know, just I mean, you're going to know that technology will know that you're having sex based on the noises that it picks up on. And if you guys are wearing smart watches and other hearts and blood beats per minute, you know, like smart rings and stuff like that, then it will also know what you people are up to. But you know, that's not the like primary um, reason for this technology. And obviously it's not going to care about that, unless other companies do care about that, or other organizations for whatever reason. But that is up to them, and obviously everything's kept professional. So, I'm not a part of that, or I'm not a part of those organizations or businesses. So yeah, that's just something else that would require a whole different video to talk about if you people wanted to talk about that. And either for helping other couples or marriages, and to evaluate certain data, like and statistics, like how many times per day are couples, married people, having intercourse or not, stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, that would require a whole different video, and then examining and studying if those subjects who are participating in a more active sexual life is causing them to be more healthy or not, and if they're more loving towards other people or not, stuff like that. Scientific stuff, research and development, for the greater good of humanity and the well-being of humans. If those type of studies have to be conducted to help other couples, then I don't have any problem with that. I really don't. Okay? But for this video, it has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do with crime preventative measures. Okay? That's the only reason why I'm recording this video, and I hope this information helps. And I even wrote the White House, talking about, this AI technology stuff, and it scanning cameras live, and if they don't have weapon detection and noise recognition and sound detection, but it does have an intercom. I was thinking about creating a company that will scan each and every single camera and record it, and also storing it on the cloud, and basically upgrading cameras without having to actually upgrade. But like I said, the cameras, AI technology would just scan the video in real life time, and it will basically it would theoretically behave like a modernized camera. But with this software that I wrote the White House concerning was an idea of mine for them to fund me and to support me and these advancements in international security and crime preventative measures. But I never received a response. And it is a very tough business to get into because it involves a lot of crimes, and there's a lot of desperate people out there who want to get away with their crimes, and they want to avoid any consequences and all consequences at times. So I can understand that these people don't want me to get involved for whatever reason, but just remember that I'm the motherfucker coming up with these ideas, not the other way around. And I am willing to die for this shit. So safety is not even my number one priority over my own life. Okay? And there's a lot of other videos that I have recorded and shared through my YouTube accounts. So yeah, I mean, there's so many other things I want to do, I want to talk about, but it's already going to be 1 a.m. and I'm talking loud, and everyone's sleeping, and I have to wake up at 8 in the morning. So I'm going to go to bed, upload this video on my YouTube account, and whether you people create this or do this, it's not on me. And I believe that AI technology will one day cause this to be 100% autonomous either way, or either way. So I have no worries either way. I have no worries if there is people out there who have monopolized the industry and they are involved in criminal activities and keeping it away from the public. Yeah, so I don't give the benefit of the doubt to anyone when it comes to these criminal cases. I don't like anyone, I don't trust anyone. The only thing that I can trust is AI technology. And it is proven that any and all cyber attacks will be 100% prevented in the future with AI technology alone. So for those of you who are trying to conceal your actions because you have money and because you have control over the internet, you can only do what you're doing for so long before AI technology takes over. And I know you motherfuckers are angry. I know you motherfuckers out there, if you are involved, you don't want AI technology to take matters into its own hands, because that would mean that you would get caught and you would be the one doing prison time. So, of course, you people are deceitful, just like the devil. And my goal is to bring the devil to justice and to incarcerate him. Okay? So I want to lead him to prison. I want to ultimately incarcerate him and bring him to bonds, in chains, where he belongs, because he's out there deceiving people. So it's probably better this way, that I just talk about it and post it on YouTube. Either way, because I don't know who to trust. My own country won't even enforce the laws and protect people's rights when it comes to their citizens getting paid what they deserve. I'm over here working for $18 an hour, and I think the minimum wage is like $20 an hour or $25 an hour. So there's a lot of people fucking a lot of people over, and there's a lot of people out there, a lot of organizations and businesses who don't give a fuck about people in the meantime. They only want to get involved in their lives when it will benefit them the most. And I look at all this stuff like a trap. It's just one big trap. So yeah, I have a lot of other things that I want to connect when it comes to AI technology, including AI technology, what's it called? Governing the whole world, because our leaders, those in authority, those who are running businesses, they have no fucking clue what's really going on in the world. And it's fucking sad. Yeah, and I remember going to Mexico, and there's like little kids, children selling candy. At the Mexican border. Yeah, like this. Little kids out there selling candies, and some of them don't even have any clothing on. Some of them are out there with their mothers and fathers, and they're like broke. They're living on the streets. They don't have anything. And they're willing to do anything for money. So I think that's when AI technology is super important. Because it would do all of this stuff simultaneously, all at the same time. So people like you, people like detectives and stuff, for people who are out there stressing out, if you're worried, concerned, stress the fuck out, whatever it may be, this technology will give you guys a peace of mind. And maybe it could be for some users only. Let's say there's people out there who don't want AI technology to be invading what they consider their private lives, and to be invading their private property or whatever. Well, that's just some people versus other people. Because there's options here. There will always be options. If there's a family out there that doesn't give a fuck about privacy, policy, bullshit, private property, and about their privacy or whatever, but they want AI technology to fully invade their privacy, then that's up to them. Not up to you, bitch. So if you're not with it, then you're not with it. If you are, then great. This information applies to you. And for those of you who don't want this to impact your lives, maybe you'll be the ones in courts, getting handed down a life sentence for abducting a child that wanted AI technology to invade their private lives. Because some of these abductors could take children with these cell phones, and it could lead to expedited incarceration, and instead of another child dying, this technology could result in saving lives. So you people do the math, it's that simple. Just because other people are not with it, or they're not down with AI technology invading their privacy or whatever, that doesn't mean other people will be against it, and down with it. So and I think that's when it makes it even better, because now these predators and people out there won't know who has these type of cameras equipped in their homes or businesses, or what type of people are walking around with these type of phones. You know, so none of this is a fucking joke. I mean, if you think it's a joke, just try to picture yourself, you know, abducted in a van. You know, try to visualize yourself in a vehicle like this, with your hands tied up, your mouth taped up. You know, it's not going to be very funny. So you can laugh all you want, bitches. Laugh all you fucking want. But none of this shit is funny. So yeah, I'm so glad I got that out of my chest. Now I can fall asleep peacefully. And, you know, hopefully you people out there could only and will only add on to this and make it more and more better and more reliable and more dependable and, you know, more accurate, eliminating false alarms and stuff like that. You know, because the last thing we want to do is create more problems. We want to resolve them. Yeah, so no one's going to fuck with me. I know what the fuck I'm doing. But these voices that I hear, you know, I believe God will take care of them. You know, it's kind of like you know, Spider-Man, and he has this sixth sense. I think it's Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man. And he could hear stuff. And then he goes to people's rescue. He rescues people when they're out there screaming for help. Spider-Man helping someone. Well, anyway, one day he was like chilling. He was hanging out in his apartment, and then he heard someone yelling, screaming for help, and he went out there, and it was these people, these men that had a woman in an alleyway, and they were trying to take her purse, and he pretty much protected her and beat them up. So yeah, this one, I think he's saving these people on a train that got, a train section that got blown away, and the train is headed towards destruction, and Spider-Man steps in and saves the passengers. It's called The Sixth Sense.